see where he's at. We might keep an eye on this one. First is also one of these players that is a major contender through a bracket like this one, so we might see a couple different options once we get out of pools. That's common for a lot of players, is to play something different in pools relative to what they might be playing and like loser's bracket or when the stakes are really getting high.
Yep.
But he's a neutral demon, and Wolf really excels at this. He's a character with just every tool.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like neutral in this game more than anything else is where games are won and lost. You know, every character in this game has a good advantage. Some have, you know, better or worse disadvantages. But really what makes and break it is how can you force these neutral exchanges and can you win them well. Ikana here, a little bit higher percentage. Good use of that boomerang as well to open it up. Grab with that chain adds in just a bit more damage. Not too worried about that blaster. They've got a great jump and those great arrows to follow up. And with the projectile spam that Ikana's constantly got going out, Burst having such a hard time really getting in to find one of those big heavy wolf hits.
Oh, no.
Off of a down air, almost gets a kill. Can they find the follow-up? No. Burst ends up getting to that low recovery ledge and stays alive.
Ooh, he's just barely evading an up air. That one would kill. It doesn't look too impactful, but all ththese lasting hitboxes that Young Link brings to bear are actually his strongest moves. Down throw is pretty impactful here. It is a lot easier to kill with Wolf than to Young Link. Young Link has this strange place where he kind of struggles once you get into these like mid 100%s where you just need a smash attack, and it's hard to find a raw read with it. He does have some nice confirms though, and that's a great way to pull that one out for Ikana. And Burst is starting to slow down the pace of everything. He's having a hard time just moving around and keeping distance from Ikana's sword, and now he's keeping the stage away from him.
Yeah, it's really weird to think about, you know, having such a strong disjoint on such a projectile-heavy character. It's not super long, but it's just big enough that you can edge out a lot of the attacks from, you know, these non-sword characters like Wolf.
No. Ikana right now really heavy on the down air. Yeah, just fishing with up air. Pretty safe for the throughout these exchanges so far, but you definitely get punished for that if we keep seeing it, and it is reading as a real tendency. Yeah, first looking to get in from the side with a back air, finds a string of a couple more moves, but he can't keep the stage to himself. And once again, getting aggressive into the down air, he's got to start adapting.
Yeah. I mean, once you recognize that down air, if you can just avoid it, make him hit the ground,
right,
you're winning there. Or, you know, jump up, find that fair from the side. Or if you're playing Wolf, find the side B from the side. That's a kill right there at like 80% against a Young Link.
Yeah, he's pretty darn light, so it's not a terrible place to, be finding the opportunity. First option, not going to do too much, so Ikana getting enough time to bring up shield. Ooh, a nice nair there is going to punish Burst for dropping his shield. They're looking for something aggressive once again, and that's really the story that we're seeing throughout this game. Burst is getting too aggressive for his own good.
I feel like Ikana is really starting to get this download very quickly as well. You know, waiting for these high committal red moves from Burst and just countering them, you know, with that quick nair, with that fair. These options that cover a lot and are pretty dang safe. Another down air now onto Burst. Gets Ikana back onto the stage. Great grab, added in with that boomerang damage. Can they take him up top? Not going to find the boomerang to keep the combo going. No worries, that bomb arrow right there if you're an Ikana fan. Burst here at 1 stock though. Needs to find this killing move on Ikana. They've been struggling so much to really just finish out the stocks is what it comes down to.
Ooh, can rush down there. Ikana's going to have to, tether back to stage. Is just immune to Burst finding a read. Burst has done a lot to try and frame trap and force reads out of Ikana, but every time the roll is just the right one, be it chance or be it outsmarting, either way, it's really helping to stay basically a full stock ahead. Finds another nair and still not going to kill at this point. Takes a nair back in exchange.
Oh, the down smash. That is ambitious. And the back throw won't do it, actually. Great DI and being just that little bit not towards the end of the stage. All Ikana needs to stay alive. Burst now looking for that one. Oh! Double parry! That's massive. That's insane.
Oh my god, Burst holding shield into all of that damage, really at risk of getting poked, and somehow doesn't end up getting the grab. Nice punish off to the down air. He's still in this game as he's showing us. He's ready to punish an up smash. 2 nairs there off of back air. Ooh, but the roll isn't going to give him an opportunity. He needed the neutral get up.
140 now for Burst, and yeah, that's the one little tilt. All Ikana needs. Send it into the next one. Staying alive, came down from Chicago, Illinois native, and grabs that first game. Burst, though, I really feel like they're their execution is so well. Their game plan starting is excellent. I think they just got a little bit read out. You know, I think Ikana just got that download just an ounce faster, and that's all they really needed.
Yeah, Burst going to have to activate here to really keep up. The projectiles are a little bit rough. I don't think we saw a single shine from Burst through that game,
No.
and that could have turned the tides in an enormous way.
Yeah. Shine, you know, one of the best moves that comes from any of these, you know, Star Fox characters. And it does give you so much more space to work with against, you know, these projectile-heavy characters like Young Link. Right now, though, Burst not looking great from it. I think these combinations of the that projectile options, along with how quickly all of Young Link's aerials come out, is making it really, really hard for Burst to find an entry. Just because anytime, you know, if Burst and Ikana press the button at the same time, Ikana's coming out first.
Yeah, oh, there we go. There's the reflector. It's going to make it easier for Burst getting back, but it has put that on the menu, and another dash attack is going to finish off the kill for Ikana, who's still feeling pretty darn comfortable. We moved over to Town and City for this game, which is a little bit of an interesting thing. This is Burst's choice, of course, and one that Ikana left open. So I think the main thing was finding platforms. It's going to be, an additional way to make sure that he can get in and get away from all these projectiles. He can't have to be on a flat stage to play up against Ikana, but it does offer a lot more extensions and earlier kill opportunities for Ikana, especially off the top.
Yeah, you know, Young Link especially being one of those characters that struggles to find a kill move sometimes. Good platform usage from Burst there. But yeah, Young Link being one of those characters that, you know, sometimes struggles to find a strong kill move. Having those platforms where you can take him off to the side and find a fair maybe, super useful.
The bravado! He knew his shield would go down if he didn't have the parry. He took 3 hits, all of them pretty chunky. It might have even been a shield break, if not just the poke. Amazing to see. Yeah, up throw, up air, dropping back down and protecting this platform. He's sharking here for a little bit, finds 2 more fairs, and he's able to keep up the pressures. Ikana has to land somewhere. Ooh. No! Barely missed the spacing.
That was so good from Burst there. Just didn't have the space by the tiniest bit. The last pixel of Ikana's sword being enough to catch it. Now though, Ikana back onto this edge guarding, which they've been a menace at. Finds it with that forward air, closes off the just get up option, closes off the roll in by just their positioning, and forward air will cover any sort of jump from ledge.
Ikana saved his second jump in order to get an additional nair on that extension of the combo and just keep threatening. Doesn't get a whole bunch more out of it, but that's a really wise use of the jump, knowing that you can just chase Burst while he doesn't have one.
I'm amazed that back throw didn't kill. It feels like it absolutely should have.
Oh, second hit of forward tilt doesn't quite connect there. That definitely would have finished off Ikana. The back throw doesn't, not from any further from the edge of the stage. If we could get another one just like that, though, that could cement this stock. Burst still has plenty of space to come back.
Oh, yeah. 64%, absolutely not unsurmountable. Nice grab, though, with that extra boomerang's damage. Makes the gap a little bit wider. Oh, barely missed grab. Nair coming back through for Burst. Can they find the kill? No, they can't. Has to work right the stage. And the dash attack will finally be what does it. Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good deal right there. You know, a little bit of bomb for a stock all day long.
That's a little bit of a misinput from Burst. He had a confirmed dash attack in there, and you can even read follow up on that. You end up forward tilting as a slight difference on the DI input, but that's going to be hurting because he hasn't been able to get that early lead that he was hoping for off the beginning of that stock. He's finding some decent damage, though, despite being pretty well on his way to death itself.
I continue to be amazed by how good of an option stuff out of shield is. Like that up B out of shield is so.
Oh my god! I was about to say,
chase down smash.
I was about to say, is this even the same game we were watching 2 minutes ago? Burst is just rolling Ikana on this last stock. It was a 2-stock lead just a minute ago, and suddenly Burst suitably bursting his way towards the end of that game. Find the even up, so we get a match point here. Game 3 between Ikana and Burst. Maybe we're seeing Burst kind of get back into it, kind of get fully warmed.
I think Burst kind of finally got, you know, figured out what they needed to do. They locked down the playstyle. Figured out, okay, here's how I get through the projectiles, using that shine in order to recover a lot better, which is absolutely huge, especially dealing with Young Link with the bomb arrows that do that extra bit of smash.
They're so nasty, and they can kill. They kill.
They do kill.
Terrifying off the top. Not that you would have ever guessed that if you haven't seen it go off, but he's got weird hitboxes just all over him.
All right, back to PS2, the gentleman's stage. if you will. And once again, Ikana starting off pretty hot, but that's what we saw last game, and Burst was able to strike back pretty dang quick.
Yeah, Burst really needs to just keep doing what he did in that last stock and keep up the pressure, keep finding reads as he continues his combos. Like, because he just hasn't done as much damage as he needed through the early part of Game 2 and definitely Game 1. Wow.
Yeah, Ikana's taking a lot more damage. I think this is really the first time they've been playing from behind in percentage all set.
Another calculated parry from Burst. And he's getting so much on. I mean, that was a full up smash with charge on it as well.
Ooh, gets saved by the boomerang.
Yeah, he doesn't get the parry that time. That's exactly what he was looking for. That's why he dropped a little bit early.
Oh, wow. Okay.
God, sometimes that move looks so funny.
That one just comes out of nowhere, finds the kill. Burst now a stock ahead. This is the first time they've really had any lead to speak of, continuing to add on this percent as well. Fights Ikana all the way to the edge. Trades out on that hit. Can they get back? Oh, tries to get to the side. And gonna get punished for it. An up smash from Ikana finishes it out on Burst. Burst just drifting a little bit too far into it. And so even back out in stocks, but Ikana up at 80%. There's so many Wolf options that can start killing at this level.
With Burst, it is all micro movement so far and those parries. The timing just being a couple frames off, though, or the movement just being a few pixels to the side is what's seeing him like lose these stocks and fall far behind when he should be getting a big punish. Ow. I mean, I don't think he would have lost that stock if he hadn't missed his parry and taken some pretty big damage from smash tech.
Yeah. No, I don't think so as well. Well, they've been efficient for the micro movements. There it is. Finally, the foot manages to connect in the nair, and that sends Ikana off. That is the risk of playing something like Youngling, is if you're not carrying the momentum, you're not carrying the pace of the game, you're going to get killed real early. And Burst right now has completely taken the pace of this game away from Ikana. Up B, tries to even it back out. They do have the up air to follow up on it. But Burst already back in. Another nair to punish the use of the bow. Doesn't have a ton of end lag, but just enough for Burst to get in before Ikana can react. And as the trade goes out there, as the percentages drain up, doesn't matter that those percentages are even because Burst just needs one more good hit.
Yeah, full stock ahead at this point. He's looking pretty comfortable, in a position to get trapped by the boomerang, but he goes high and evades the grapple. Oh, falls into first hit of Bear, down tilt, but doesn't connect into up air like I kind of was hoping. It probably should kill if he's able to land another one. He's looking to Bear off the edge. He's fishing for so many confirms, but Burst is slippery.
Yeah. Burst's movement is totally online at this point. Low shield, gonna have to rely on dodges and that spacing for a moment. And tries to jump up off of stage, hasn't learned the lesson that Ikana covers that with a fair.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier about Youngling having problems with confirms in those mid-100%. He just fell out of every kill confirm.
Yeah. I mean, it's just brutal playing Youngling with all that stuff. It's so easy for things to just fall out of whatever you're doing.
Ooh, that was a good call on the back air, but he kept it a little bit high. He was looking for the jump option as opposed to a neutral get up. Once again, we're back in the same ledge guarding position. Forward air this time, not going to hit its mark, and a lot of back airs just keeping this whole area right above Ikana looking nice and scary. 130%, there's plenty that could kill off that, even a boomerang if reflected for a confirm, not the boomerang itself.
Oh, the huge read. Burst gets the download, gets it all the way to a win with the back air off of a platform, sends it through.